Hello, thank you for joining me. You're watching Esther from Stampin' Star Creations. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. Today I'm going to be using the marble to stamp set and crafting forever. And I'm also going to be using our Stamparatus, which is the stamp positioning tool. So I'm just using this because it's easier to work with a big flat surface to mount my stamp on. So on the other side of my scrap paper, I've turned over, I have marked where the outline of the stamp in the corners, so that when I come to put my Whisper White on it, I know exactly where the stamp is going to fall down on, or to stamp on. And I'm using a piece of, where's my measurements gone, 3 3/4 by 5.5 inches of Whisper White. And I'm going to, hold on a minute, I've skipped a bit. I'm going to ink up my marbled stamp using some Versamark first. So this is quite an important step because I've tried doing this without putting Versamark down, and it doesn't give you quite the same results as if you put the Versamark first. So do remember to use your Versamark on it first. And then I'm going to go in with Tranquil Tide on top. Ink it all over. Get a good layer of ink on there. Okay, then we're going to just bring that down and stamp it. Now, while I keep that pressed, I'm going to just undo the top on the gold, and I'm going to bring in a tray so that I can put the gold emboss in. So when you're happy with that, I'm just going to lift that up and get out our marbled image. So we're going to tap the embossing where we want it to go. So not all over, but just in certain areas, and tip it to the side to tap it off. So usually I like it to go where there's a swirl, or even to create a line across the paper. Let's just tap it off to the side. And just do a bit more along the edge here. So it's easy if you come from the edge, and you can tap it off to the side. Just going to rub a bit off where it's gone, where I don't want it. Okay, so you've still got the majority of the Tranquil Tide, but you've got that lovely gold emboss throughout it. I'm just going to move this aside and start heat embossing. So we're using our heat gun. Get a chance to warm up. And this will start melting the powder. And I'll come back to you when this process is finished. Okay, and that's all done. So you can see that the emboss is taken where we use the Versamark, but also it's a bit more easy to be more directional with that tapping motion. I'm going to stamp the pens from the Crafting Forever stamp set onto a piece of 1 3/4 by 3 inches. Lay that into place. I've already you're supposed to do it the opposite way around and position the stamp to the paper, but I've done it the opposite way around because I've already mounted up the stamp. There we are. So same again, we're just going to go in with our Versamark, and then using the gold embossing powder to shake over that, and it will stick to the image. Now, I forgot to use my embossing buddy on there, but I can brush around where the powder's stuck where I don't want it. I'm going to do here's one I made earlier, and move this thing out of the way a minute. and I filled in the coloured pen using our blend pens and picking up the ink, and I've sponged around the edge. Now just to complete the look of your card, I'm using our gold ribbon. And we're just going to, rather than tying a bow, because I think this card is fairly masculine, I'm going to just tie a knot near the bottom of the card. Hope you can see what I'm doing a bit far away. Let's trim that down until you're happy, and then we're going to, oops, come on. Then I've cut out some gold foil, and this measures 4 inches by 5 3/4, and we're going to mount that onto that. Let me zoom you back out. And then we're going to pop this on some dimensionals. I've conveniently lost the big dimensionals. Oh, here they are, they were hiding. Now, did I say the measurement of this one? 1 3/4 by 3 inches on the one with the pens. So that's going to go on there, and then we're going to mount it onto a piece of Tranquil Tide, which is in the UK a piece of A6 size paper. So that is what it's going to look like by the time we finish it. I might move this bow down a bit, it's a bit too high. So I hope you've enjoyed the video today. Do comment or ask any questions below. Subscribe to my channel for more videos, and give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this technique. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a good day. Take care. Bye bye.